What's going on there, friends and neighbors? Today we're going to be talking about the Playmates Godzilla 1954, and we're just going to get right into it. Oh, doctor!
Knock, knock, who's there? It's me. Your girlfriend had a really nice meeting with my Schneep. Get on the load of this wacky asshole. Schneep, Megalo Schneep, Nadroon Schneep. Yeah. That's it. Ah! Und der make fool out of Schneep. Ah! You und very ugly looking Godzilla. Oh.
Yeah, just a little bit. Let's see if we can get this tail on in one try. Wow, simple. Okay, there we go, and how dare Playmates make this look so good? Yeah, I'm being serious. I really like this thing. Let's take a closer look. All right, so right up front, I know, this guy is far from perfect. I know. Believe me, I know. But this guy's got kind of a kooky charm to him, kind of like Playmates' first Shin Godzilla. I really need to get that new one at some point. Anyway, these eyes are hilarious and bulbous, and I do like the fact that they are painted very nicely, and they will be painted very nicely on both sides. All right, touche. Looking at him from the front, though, it kind of looks like his eyes rolled up into his skull. Godzilla's having himself a good nut. But the detail present over here, the brow, the nose, his mouth, all the little bumps and grooves, even his ears over here, the detail is on friggin' point. Bringing the figure back around, we can see some more magnificent detail. The dorsal bumps over here turning into dorsal fins, more of his ears, more of his brow, more of his mouth, and just the scar tissue that is his entire body. This looks good. It does, but yeah, there's a but, and from a distance, you can kind of tell that, yeah, Godzilla's head, legs, and tail really don't match the color of his body. It's actually kind of funny because his body's just really, really shiny, where everything else is also shiny, but not as shiny. Weird. Anyway, old man Goji over here has some nicely painted teeth. No crazy little mishaps on either side of the figure. I mean, we do have a little bit of gray poking out there, but at least it's not like Space Godzilla, and that's the absolute worst we can get with Playmates at this point. The worst. And looking at the teeth from the front over here at an angle, I think they look okay. They're not great or anything like that, but they're nice. And as you can see, the inside of his mouth will be painted, but it doesn't look like there's any major details in there. Goddamn, Goji got some thumbs like Megan Fox. Dude doesn't even look like he has a thumb. It looks like he has a stump with a bone sticking out. Yeah, I guess the thumbs look a little bit better from the front, kind of. Well, they certainly look better from the front than they do the side, but hey, look at all of that lovely detail on the opposite side of his arm and even on the inside of his hand over here, dude. Damn. Do I want to be mad about the garlic knot thumbs, or do I want to appreciate the amazingness that is this detail? Having a hard time choosing. Now let's take a good old look at Goji's titty area, the Tadaria, and the detail is really, really nice. I actually like that you can see this little smoothened out patch over here, like on the Bandai figures and even on the suit. This is really, really cool looking. Look at all that deep detail, that scarring, that very tree trunk looking stuff over here. It's really, really nice. And I gotta say, I really like how the torso over here is lopsided, kind of like a sagging suit. They didn't do that dumb thing that SH Monster Arts did where they're like,
here's what Godzilla 1954 would look like if it were more realistic.
no, this actually looks like a suit, and I like that quite a bit. The details do unfortunately take a bit of a back seat as we move under the arms over here. This I'm a little bit more expecting of. This, just a wee bit of a bummer, just a wee. Holy God, the other side's a little bit worse when it comes to that. He turns into a full Gears of War yogurt man over here. But the detail on his back, though. Hey, yo, good stuff, Playmates. Good stuff. And the same could be said for these
thick boys over here.
Just beautiful, beautiful detail. And then we have these cancerous lumps for his kneecaps over here. I believe I compared them to meatballs in the past, and yeah, kinda. Detail on the feet isn't as extravagant, but they do look nice, and the toenail paint looks pretty good too. Really, really, really disliking the pre-posed feet still. Not a fan, but hey, the detail. And then, you know, moving through Godzilla's crotch to his grundle to his bottom side of the tail, the detail still carries on in a very, very nice, deep, and detailed way, I guess I could say. I don't mean to be so impressed with the Playmates figure, man, but damn, the detail on this thing is good. So you got anything under his chin? Oh, he does. Damn, look at that. That's quite a bit. Alrighty. Oh, damn. The bottom of his feet are hollow. You can eat little M&M's minis out of these things. M&M's minis in one foot, take a shot of tequila out of the other one. But where there is detail on the bottom of these feet, it does look good. Yeah. And now for these dorsal fins. And I'll just go ahead and say it. They're just okay. Just okay. What in the actual shit Christ is that? Is that a crack? What the hell? Oh, these are rubbery. Cool. Anyway, the paint that was used is obviously a lighter shade than the rest of Goji's skin, and it does highlight the details on the dorsal fins rather nicely. Of course, I'm going to say that these could have been done better. I feel like Playmates definitely is capable of better. But when it comes to the overall look and feel, they oddly just match, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this thing over here kind of looks like a frosted Wheaties, but still, like, it just matches the aesthetic of the figure rather nicely. Moving further down the back, we will see that they're... Where'd they go? Did they... Oh. Okay. Well, the dorsal fins stop about there. Yeah. Now I know old man Goji's dorsal fins on his tail weren't exactly the most noticeable things in the world, but Playmates, they still existed. You know? Detail on this thing, though, is freaking great, though. Missing dorsal fins aside, I cannot turn a blind eye to some lovely-looking details. And that's exactly what we have here. Really nice-looking details, and I am really not all that bummed out about the lack there of dorsal fins. Granted, this would have been the cherry on top had they actually had dorsal fins on the tail, painted all the way to the tip of the tail, but I digress. I do still very much like this giant 1954 Godzilla figure from Playmates. So even though this lad doesn't have much paint to him, he has more than enough to really get the feel of 54 down, so paint is gonna get a solid star. And I do really love the detail. There's so much on this guy, and he looks so very cool, but I don't know if I could give this a solid star. Yes, the detail is fantastic. Yeah, there are no dorsal fins on his tail anywhere. I'm looking as close as I possibly can. Still not a fan of these pre-post feet and legs. And yes, he still does technically have Megan Fox thumbs, so detail is going to get a solid star, but I'm going to give the mold, the overall build of it, not the detail of it, just the thing that's missing some things to it, a half a star. Could have been perfect, I will say. Not perfect in the sense that it's flawless, but perfect in the sense that this is a really good figure. I mean, it still is, but articulation time, yeah. Starting at the head, we can go all the way around. I wish Bandai would do that still. I do believe the arms can move all the way around. Yes, they can. Haha. But what about these legs? Nope, they are going to kick forward about that far and kick back about that far. The legs won't be able to move all the way around, but in all honesty, would you really be moving these things all the way around for a pose?
I don't think so.
Kick forward till it stops, kick back till it stops. Gonna have a nice swivel at the ankle over here. And let's move this leg forward a little bit so we can showcase this thing going all the way around. Seriously, a flat foot would have been great, Playmates. And then over here, the tail, obviously, all the way around. Yeah. Head, arms, legs, ankles, tail. That's quite a bit. Quite a lot more than I was expecting. So, solid star in terms of articulation. Now let's take a look at some size comparisons, and I'll see you back here in a couple seconds. Yeah, he's lacking in some areas, be it paint, be it detail, but it really doesn't bother me all that much. The overall presentation is a little on the goofy side, but I still think this is more so a positive release than a negative. Playmates have come a really long way from that first rush wave that they did, and I think this is just another example of what they are capable of. Yes, again, it's not perfect, but it's honestly a lot more than I was expecting after seeing the first in-hands of this guy surfacing on Twitter. Honestly, Playmates are going on the right path, and I hope they keep going down this path. Believe me, I know, and I'm just as bummed as some of you out there that I haven't been covering Playmates as much as I did last year. But I'm going to be getting them. Shin Godzilla, Terrestris, Godzilla Ultima, whatever comes out or is coming out, I'm going to get them, and it's going to be a fun time once I do. But until then, I really do like this guy. He has his flaws, and I have my issues with him, mostly over here. But for the most part, I think it's a fun little release from Playmates. It's nice to see a bigger figure from them again. I don't even remember what the last giant figure from them we got. I mean, I guess it was Mechagodzilla, the GVK Mechagodzilla. Did they release another one? I don't think so. But anyway, I have been ShinRobjira. I do so hope you enjoyed my review of the Playmates Giant Godzilla 1954 figure. And as per usual, social media, subscribe, ring that bell, check out my Patreon page where for just $1 a month you get access to all of my behind the scenes stuff like pictures and early content. I don't know what I'm talking about after this. Most of it's all scheduled content, so I'll see you when I see you. Have a lovely weekend there, everybody. Peace.